$100,000 a day for training camp. So 10 days of training camp is $500,000.
They either gonna make him sit and force his hand to come in, or they're going to trade him, and it's all gonna fall on Aaron either way.
You can't get mad at me for it. It's a very innocent question.
No, we'll save it at the top of 7.
You want to save it for the top? Are you sure?
Yeah,
for
Aaron
Rodgers. I feel like it's going to ruin the rest of the hour now.
No, I'm good.
It puts you in a bad mood. And
no,
all
I'm good. I'm
simple,
smiling.
Innocent question.
Do I need to be a mediator between you two?
Me though.
It's really making the skin pop lately.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that.
Very much so.
You have good skin, though.
But
Great
the
skin.
the sun, it just it's on
feeds
me.
it with nutrients.
Gives me a certain glow.
Were you out in the sun yesterday?
Yeah, I had to walk to dinner.
You had to walk the dinner?
I had to walk to dinner.
Yeah.
Were you out in the sun yesterday? Well, see, Alan, you got to understand. Some of us get dark real quick.
Very fast.
Like, I've been out days where I'm like, oh, I walked around like for a couple hours a day. My wife's like, you got tanned? I'm like, I guess. Yeah, I did. I got a couple of shades.
From the crib to the restaurant back.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Can't you tell?
I think we out here covered up, hats, umbrellas. Like, hey, look.
Just cook me. But I'm good with it because I like it.
You should like it.
Yeah, I like
then you can wear the salmon. You got the good contrast. You know what I mean? Got the good contrast. Thumbs up.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but we'll get back to you. Don't you ever worry.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Right. Rib pads.
I just need
so disrespectful.
It wasn't disrespectful, and it was.
Come on, man. Let's go. Okay. We got Aaron Rodgers.
Right. We've got Straight Talk brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, and this is because yes, the daily Aaron Rodgers. Wonder if he wears rib pads.
I love you guys.
Adam Schefter, our ESPN NFL insider on SportsCenter last night.
Wait, Aaron Rodgers went to the bathroom?
Well, I don't know, but you do
Did he
know
get a haircut?
What happened?
Well, today is the mandatory workouts.
Okay,
right, minicamp, and it doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers is going to show up today. And Adam Schefter said nothing really has changed between the two.
Is he still in Hawaii?
Probably. Shefty?
They've spent the offseason trying to appease him and trying to change his mind to get him to where he is comfortable and wanting to come back to Green Bay, which so far he's been unwilling to do. Now, tomorrow is the start of the Packers' mandatory minicamp, and I think the expectation is that Aaron Rodgers will not be there.
All right, so he will not be there. Don't think that's shocking. But that's Straight Talk brought by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise, but still needs to be reported because it has been the ongoing question. The bigger story, or maybe the side story to this, guys, is now Green Bay could opt to fine him $93,000 for absences, or they could decide, we'll waive the fine and, just call it an excused absence. What would be the right thing to do?
Well, first of all, that $93,000, he probably just spent that in 3 days in Hawaii. Getting there, hoteling.
You could make a case he spent it in a day.
You
get a big boat, catered meals.
One night at the hotel.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. The right thing for Green Bay Packers to do, in my opinion, would deal with the situation when it comes up later on. Like, fine him because of the rest of the team, all that sort of stuff. Then once he comes in, somehow his check gets a bump.
How?
We put it back in there.
You reimburse him?
You reimburse him, basically.
What do you call it, a bonus or something?
I don't know.
It's called a make good.
It's
called
all
a make
of a sudden,
good.
instead of having $6,000 and some change, he got his whole $100,000 on his check.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta fine him, because if you don't fine him, it, like Adam said in that report, you're trying to appease him. It's like almost like, please, 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 we're going to do it this way. Instead of just sticking to your stance right now. And then once he comes in, you can rescind that fine later on.
I also think that optics are very important in how you negotiate this. And I like Key's strategy about a make good, because if the optic is that you waive him, then all of a sudden to your fan base, it's like, oh, you're just holding out hope. This dude doesn't want to be here. He's going to run all over us. Does it set a precedent for other star players that don't want to be here? But if you set the optic that says, hey, we're going to fine you, but then behind closed doors, you're like, look, man, this works out. We got you taken care of. It's $93,000. Not a big thing at all. When you come back here, everything be fine.
I believe it's 93 a day, right? Isn't it 93 a day?
50 a day once you start.
Yeah, it's 93 total for the three.
Total for the mini camp,
okay.
yes.
I've been finding the NFL about all my coaches for the most part.
he said so
Not
flippantly.
one coach by all my coaches for the most
Right,
part.
93
Yeah,
for
because
missing
there's
all 3
always
days. Yeah.
something that you get fined for, whether it was coming late to a meeting or not wearing the proper equipment or being overweight or whatever you want to call it.
You got fined for being overweight.
Overweight?
Man, yeah.
You had those built into your contract?
What kind of fine would that be?
It was, I want to say it was 20. I feel like it was like $2,500 per pound per day.
How many pounds were you over?
Only like a couple.
Just
It was
like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happens is you get weighed in every single day, literally the entire team.
Right.
And so you're supposed to be at 215, you're at 217.
Right.
And Bill would take your money.
$5,000.
Yeah, whatever, just like that. And you like, man, come
ashtray
on,
money.
man. And so, but what I was going to say is I got all that back.
Yeah.
It was always, I got to set an example. So I got it. Like
Okay,
got it.
that's a little different than this,
I
though,
got
don't you
it.
think?
No,
Setting the
because-
example.
No,
when
I
the
can't.
whole roster knows
but
what
I
you're doing.
I can't give you $93,000 and you're not showing up. I have to take that from you and then rescind it later on when you decide to finally come in. I got that for you. Don't worry about it.
Is that something you work out with the agent? Like you kind of tell him ahead of time, like, look, we're going to fine him, but if he comes back, we can work this.
You know what this
Absolutely.
is? Exactly.
We got an excuse. We got an excuse absence for him when the time comes, but he needs to come in the summer. The problem not a problem. The thing that makes me scratch my head about minicamp versus OTAs in training camp is I'm the starting quarterback with a contract. And I'm holding out of minicamp. People say, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, but I would like to have my starting quarterback in minicamp, even if he was just walking through the building and sitting in the room. I'd like to have him there. He doesn't have to take any reps, but I'd like to have him there.
Just presence.
I'd like to have his presence there. So when your starting quarterback is not there for minicamp, it tells me chances are he doesn't want to be here because it's not a contract issue. If it was a contract issue, and this was Aaron Donald from a couple years ago with the Rams, he's protecting himself from getting on the field and having something go wrong where now he puts that long-term contract in jeopardy. This is not that situation. This is more of a, I don't like you, you don't like me, you're not going to get fired, so I'm not going to come in. I'm going to stay in Hawaii and just, a mystery is what? What is it? What is it?
It's a beautiful mystery.
It's a beautiful mystery. That's what this is.
It's about a culture.
You sound just like
Culture.
You know.
It's about the people.
You know who will be at minicamp? Devontae Adams. You know who will be looking at the quarterback like saying, all right, I guess this is your team. I mean, everybody's looking at Jordan Loves now saying, okay.
But see, Devontae Adams should be there.
He should be.
For a couple reasons.
Yeah. Contract.
Contract.
Yep.
I ain't trying to give back $93,000
Agreed.
or whatever it is that they're going to find me.
Yeah.
And he should be there to get some sort of rapport with Blake Bortles.
You just did that, huh?
Wow.
You just did that.
Blake
Yeah.
Bortles.
Blake Bortles might beat him out.
Yeah. Well, he's got more. Obviously, he's
Way more
experienced and maybe more.
I don't think Blake Bortles is beating him out, but,
it is their opportunity though to see what Jordan Love looks like with their
it's minicamp.
no, not even a little bit.
Yeah, but Key,
So
it's
you're just
minicamp,
blowing
Key, but
that off, too.
we
All right.
are going to analyze everything that Jordan Love does and
Yes.
says.
Yeah.
Everything. So it's an audition.
I can make you a quarterback in minicamp.
I got an arm, though.
All right. Well, the Packers, without
option
their
guy.
star
Fair.
at their mini camp, that Key said not a big deal. But is the NBA without too many of their stars in the playoffs at this point? We'll discuss that next. KJZ, ESPN Radio, and Sirius XM, Channel 80.